Welcome back to the QORcast. Today we have a very special guest, Chloe. If you would like to
Hi.
introduce yourself.
Oh, okay. My name's Chloe or Clocracy, and I make Valorant content.
I
Nice.
never asked you how to actually pronounce your full name, so this is the first time I'm hearing how you pronounce the full
Yeah, I'm really
your
happy
name.
you said that because I thought
I
it was
didn't know.
I thought it was
Yeah.
Clocracy.
Yeah, I thought it was Clocracy also.
I like never tell people and kind of just let them rock whatever
Nice.
they
Yeah,
think. So,
How'd you come up
I'm
with
not.
that?
oh, okay. So my old username was like Chloe Monster, and then my birthday when I was like 10 or something, and I was like, oh, this is kind of embarrassing. I need a new name. So then I was like on Minecraft with my friends, and I made a joke. I was like, this isn't a democracy. This is a like Chloeocracy. And that's how that happened. So
I
Of
like your
not the
course on
origin.
best origin
Minecraft.
story.
No, it's a good origin. It's not a bad one. It's not a bad one.
Emily had a
I,
pretty funny one too.
Emily was how was it? She's like lead. I think that's what she said. Like she just came in. She was like a teen. She said when she made it.
Mhm.
So yours is good. Unlike Danny's, which is just his name. Danny, we need to rebrand you with a new tag.
Bro, Kimchi Jjigae in Valorant.
let's let's get to some of the questions. So, you're like very within the game changer scenes, and then you're very like intertwined with like all the players, or the creators, and like everyone within it. Can you? So, because you've been in it for so long, can you give me like your opinion on the state of the game changers? Like, are you happy about it? Like, what's your honest opinion about the current state of game changers?
So I don't know if I'm like happy or upset about where it is right now. There's definitely like a lot less orgs in it. A lot of them have left. But I feel like unless you're a top team, you're not really making money. So in that aspect, I do like that it's more competitive now. You can't just be like a top 8 team and being like paid a salary. Like you actually have to like play in co-ed events and like be like progressing as a team. It is kind of upsetting that there's like less eyes on Game Changers now just because there's less orgs in it, but I do think it's becoming more competitive and like the top teams are really getting to that point where they can eventually play in co-ed.
Hmm. Yeah, we
So,
saw with like Shopify playing in qualifiers and stuff like that.
yeah, and I
Yeah.
think they're also trying to go through Premiere because the promotional thing for Tier Two is starting up, and I think they're playing at Premiere, but I don't know if they're trying to go through that or anything. I don't know the results lately with Premiere, but yeah, they've been trying to go through that. But so, do you think that like what would because you said like more a lot of orgs left, and I mean I think Core had a Game Changers team for a little bit also. But what do you think is the best way to like bring back these orgs? Like kind of like bring them in back in so they can be more eyes into it.
Well, I think there has to be like some sort of incentive. A lot of orgs maybe want to do it out of like the good of their own heart, to try to help women progress in the scene. But honestly, I think there needs to be like a money incentive somewhere in there, and that's probably something that Riot's gonna have to deal with. Um, right now, I'm not exactly sure what that would be. Um, but I think like there definitely has to be some sort of profit for orgs because I think that's why a lot of them are leaving.
Hmm.
But other than that, I'm not really sure what would bring them back in, other than like the talent just getting better towards the top.
We had Bunny and Kami on before, and they suggested that there should be like how there was in VCT where there's capsules or something. They were suggesting like if they had something even like small, like as in like a gun buddy, like you can get like and you would get like a small profit off of it. That would suffice Game Changers for a while. Would you kind of like agree with they would like what they suggested? Like maybe even something small as like a gun buddy or like a spray or something.
I definitely think that would help. Something I did notice is there's a lot of people, not with the VCT Game Changers tag, but with like the just the Game Changers tag that you get from watching like champions like 2 years ago. I don't think they had drops for this most recent one, but like stuff like that really helps. I see so many people with that tag, even people like tons of guys with that tag, which like normally you wouldn't be expecting to watch Game Changers. So I definitely think something like a gun buddy or like a title or like a card would definitely help with like revenue for Game Changers. So definitely agree with that.
Yeah, that's something we haven't talked about, like the Twitch drops too. Like,
I think,
yeah, if they had that a while ago and they haven't done it since, it's like, why? It's like a free way to get people to watch the streams.
Yeah, because I know in Champions also, like when like VCT Champions, there's always like the Twitch drops and like or Masters, there's always Twitch drops, so that's also like pushes incentive to like actually like watch the show, because it's like, oh, you can never get this ever again, maybe you should come watch it now, blah blah blah. Like it's more just like it's a rarity to it. But I also think like because Riot also, like, I mean, when we talked to Bunny and Kami about it, and Emulate also, they were like saying like how Riot doesn't, like, they don't even tweet about it, like even like they rarely even tweet about it. Like there was something like even something small as that. Like, would you agree that like even on that standpoint, I know like I'm not talking about the admins or like the developer, more of like the social media aspect. Would you even prefer like them even trying to put some effort into it? Because if I also like when I think when your game was up, I had to ask you about it and I couldn't find anywhere else. Like I didn't see like Valorant tweet about it or anything. I had to ask you and I was like, are you guys playing today? And you're like, oh yeah. So like, do you think like Riot should also put more effort into like social media presence?
Yeah, I do think they should. Although I think what comes with that is like a lot more hate for Game Changers, especially because at my level, like the games that are being streamed are not like that amazing. Like obviously we're still learning and stuff, but we're tier 3 level players, maybe even like a little below that, like some of the games that are streamed in open qualifiers. I definitely think for some of the higher level games, that would be something I would like Riot to look into. I know that Valorant Americas is always tweeting about it, like when there's big games. And I think they did that for the last main event. But for some of the smaller games, I don't mind as much. Although something I will say is I wish they had casters for the open qualifiers, like even just some like lower level casters, like people just looking to break into the scene. Because that's like what Game Changers is all about. Instead of just having like a no casting stream, like at that point, like it feels like there shouldn't be a stream at all.
Yeah.
But that's just my opinion.
They used to do that, right? Because remember when we, like a long time ago, we interviewed like Gompers and someone else who was also a caster, and they're like, yeah, I just started in Game Changers. They were looking for like random people to do it. But why would they stop doing that?
I feel like that's also like, another good way to break it, because there's also like always new casters coming in. They're coming in from different games, but also like Valorant's like the hot new thing. I feel like that should always be. I mean, it's good because they at least give watch party privileges, which is nice.
Yeah.
Yeah, I feel like they should at least like Riot should at least like commission some of these like bigger casters to be like, hey, like put some. You could stream it on your own Twitch, but at least like stream it or something, like put presence on it. So you make a lot of content regarding around Game Changers, and I wanted to know, like, ask you, like, have you like felt like you made a little bit of a difference when it came to like or an impact to the scene making some content regarding Game Changers? And if you have, can you give us an example, like what shows?
I do feel like I've made somewhat of an impact. I don't like to be like the spokesperson for Game Changers. I do make a lot of Game Changers content though, because like a lot of people just don't know it exists. Like I get a lot of women in my comments like asking like how they can join, and people just overall being like, what is this? Because they don't know anything about it. So I definitely feel like I've made an impact that way. I've been helping a lot of people like on the side who've been messaging me about like how to get involved. But one thing I will say is like there's not a lot of Game Changers content out there. Like there's tons of VCT and like Challenger stuff. But you never really hear about like the Game Changers players and like the top players. So in that regard, I feel like I am making an impact, but I feel like I don't really speak for like the majority of the Game Changers players, just because a lot of the content I do is like based on like my team situation and all this other stuff, and I'm like kind of have moved away from talking about like the professional players as much. So yeah.
You hit 10K on TikTok, what, yesterday or today?
Yeah, congratulations.
Yeah.
Congratulations again. But yeah, so like when you say like but like so you have made like an impact of some sorts because people have actually gotten in contact with you, and have the people who've gotten in contact, have they actually pursued and maybe like taken steps to consider to push into Game Changers, maybe as like, I don't know, it's something as like an observer, caster, analyst, like any of those, or even a player or coach?
So I know that like a few of them have joined like the rating Discord who are in NA. For EU, like I'm not as involved, so I don't really know like where you're supposed to go. So I just give those people like my best answers for that. So I'm not entirely sure. I haven't like been keeping track of like anyone specifically playing in Game Changers yet, but one person did message me telling me they found a team. So I'm assuming they're going to be playing in Game Changers like this next split, but we'll see.
Yeah. Okay, that's pretty good. So yeah. So overall, I think the content you've been making has been really good. Also, like I've noticed that like your content is also like entertaining. So that's why I always feel like there's also like a charm with it. So it's really happy that like you're actually like it feels like you're making a difference, even if it's like it might be like you said, it might be a little bit small. It is a difference in the end of the day. So kind of transitioning off that, like not only Game Changers, but what do you think like Valorant desperately needs as like a whole? Like, what do you think? Like, it could be like anything, like agents pool, the game itself, like anything at all. What do you think, like you making content and like playing it for so many years, like what do you think needs to be changed?
I'm kind of upset with the rank system right now. I'm having a hard time getting back to Immortal. So it's kind of hurting my feelings a little bit. But I think like overall, just I would like them to add some sort of like phone number verification or something, because I feel like every game I get into, I have someone like trying to FF at like round 5 or just like running it down. So I'm not in love with that. And other than that, I want Fracture back.
All right.
I don't get it. I don't get the Fracture love.
That's why Fracture's amazing.
That's why Ennis is like, yo, Fracture's like the best map in the game. I don't like Fracture at all.
Fracture and Pearl, they're the best map because you can actually play you can play it so many different ways. It's amazing. I also like, I mean, me and Danny always talked about this, like how in CS2, like you can actually pick which map you want to play. I know Riot already came out and said like, no, we don't want to like, for example, leave like a map vacant forever and we're forced to rotate in, blah, blah, blah. But I mean, I also know the discussion was there's also people talking about another way instead of like verification phone number. There's an honor system. Like you can only like show positivity to somebody instead of negative because people would abuse it and stuff. Do you think that would also work, or do you think people would find a loophole to like make it not work?
So I'm not entirely sure. Valorant's kind of one of the first like ranked games I've really played. So the only thing that bothers me about that is I feel like women are just gonna get like less like positive upvotes, and does that now like put them in like worse queues? Like I don't really know how that works. And obviously like there's gonna be like other people like impacted by it, but I'm just thinking like from my perspective, like a lot of guys like won't say anything to me during the game, but like if I play bad they would, and I'm wondering like those people like wouldn't give me like a positive upvote, so like am I now gonna be in like crappy queues because no one's giving me like a vouch of confidence or whatever? So I'm not really entirely sure how that would work. I do think like something like that is good in theory, but I don't know like how it would play out in practice.
Yeah,
I don't get why they don't have the phone number verification for ranked. Like it's in Premier, right? You need it for Premier, but like why would it also, like if it's already in the game, why not just put it in ranked if they only want every person having one account anyways, you know?
I know in Premier also you have to have like a specific, like you have to hit a cap also in Premier. And I feel like they should kind of do that also with ranked. It's like why are you able to like make a new account freshly, get 10 games in of unranked and then be able to play ranked? So I feel like they should also make it like a high like cap in ranked also, like you maybe have to like I don't know, for example, hit a level 100 to like maybe able to play ranked, or like there should be an honor or like a phone number, like Close said. But do you think like that would just entirely fix the scene, or do you think people will find like ways that because you could like use Google's phone number, like a Google phone number generator, and you could do that. So like, what other like ways do you think the game like Valorant could be fixed?
That's a difficult question. I think like right now, just the state of ranked is really rough. I'm not entirely sure. I think like a secondary verification system would definitely help with that. Because like most people won't go out of their ways to get like another phone number, I think. And also like something like Face It for Valorant would probably be helpful. Even if it was like something that was like built into the game. I don't know. I'm having a hard time, but other people are telling me they're having a great time. So maybe that's just me.
Yeah.
You're not the only one. I see on Twitter everyone's always complaining. It's not even that. It's just like people just like having the worst mental. Like you tell them like a criticism, like they would do something and they're like, never mind. I want to throw the game now. So it's like things like that just ruins the whole like flow of the game. Like I mean, I have like a rule set where the last 20 days of ranked, I don't play Valorant. Ranked at least. Like I stopped playing it just due to the fact because there's either throwers, smurfs, or people who just don't care anymore. So like, but I don't want to do that. See, like there's like people who's also like, oh, it's a time of year where don't play ranked, guys. Like, why should that be a thing? Like that should never be a thing. Like I've never experienced that in any other video game competitively. So like, it's also like the toxicity within it. There's also like you could argue there's also toxicity in other games, but like. Why is it like in Valorant? It's like, oh, this is the time of year where don't play ranked, guys. This is the time of the act. Don't play ranked. It's like just throwers or make a Smurf account or anything. It's like feels like a little bit like annoying or like a thorn on the side.
Yeah, I definitely agree with that. I actually like made a TikTok last act. I was telling everyone to stop playing because I will go down like 300 RR like the last 3 days of the act, and then I'm just like screwed the next act. Like I need to tell myself to stop playing.
Hell.
Yeah.
No,
I'm so
I
happy
agree.
I don't play Valorant ranked anymore. My life has significantly improved.
Yeah, I lost like 3 games in a row this morning or something, and like they were super winnable, and I got off really angry. So.
Yeah,
that's literally the thing I said. I was like, I'm tired of going to bed angry. I'm not playing this game anymore. But
yeah, because me and Danny we've been playing like nothing but gear lately, and like I'll get off. I get my ass being get off, but I'll never be as angry as when I get off of Valorant ranked. Like, I mean, I don't know about League. I don't play League often, so I don't know if it's
League makes me pretty mad. That's why I don't play ranked in there.
Yeah, I don't know if it's just Riot Games just knows how to make people angry, but it's just that like things like that could be changed. So, last thing before we end off, I mean, we have a few like couple, but like the last not like. So, do you think Riot will put more attention into Game Changers before, or like, do you think like? It's too late. It's not savable or anything.
I think that over time, like the teams in Game Changers are gonna get better, especially now that you can't just like get on an org for being like a top 8 team. So I think it's sort of gonna like weed out some of the worst players or people who aren't as committed. So I definitely think like in the next couple years, like there will be more spotlight on Game Changers teams, whether they're playing in Game Changers or they're playing in like Challengers or something. I'm not entirely sure as of right now that Riot's gonna put a lot of emphasis on it. I think they did a good job for like the main event. Because there's so many events this year that it's kind of hard for them to like throw so many resources at all of them. I mean, there's literally 3 qualifiers for this next main event. But I'm hoping that for champions that they're actually going to get an arena with more than like 150 seats and like actually promote it like they did the first year. That's my hope. I don't know if they're actually going to do that, but I feel like a lot of people showed last year that like they want to watch Game Changers. They want to be there in person. So I'm hoping for champions they put in some effort. and like maybe a little more money towards it, so that it can have a bigger impact on the community. But I'm not like 100% on board that they're going to do that. So
Yeah.
It's
rough.
It's because like now it's like, I mean, of course, like money, it's at the end of the day, it's a business. So like these orgs are not gonna, if you're not making profit, they're not gonna go for it. It's the cold hard truth. So do you, like, that's what I'm saying. Like I feel like if they even made it like incentive, or like, I don't know, if they made it like like a franchise like VCT for Game Changers, and it's like, hey teams, you get the incentive back, like here, there's a spray, you guys can make a custom spray or a player card or something, and you guys get like, I don't know, 40 or 50, 60% of the earnings on it. But I feel like without that, because there's no incentive for orgs coming, I feel like it's been 3 years. I think, yeah, it's been 3 years for Game Changers, correct? Yeah, it's been 3 years. So. Yeah, it's been 3 years for Game Changers. I feel like they haven't even done anything like that. I feel like it's very easy also. Like, this is not like, something like this could be done very easily. Like, look at franchising or like, this is technically the second year, but like, it's actual first for real full year. Like, I don't get why if they could do that, I don't know why they couldn't do it with Game Changers or even Tier 2 or anything. Like, I feel like Riot is dropping the ball hard with it, and I feel like it's just going to kill either Tier 2 or the Game Changer scene. It's just overall, like, you know, not the best thing about it. But yeah. I think that's all the questions. We have our traditional question we like to ask usually. So you like to ask everyone about it. I think you probably already know what the traditional questions are. If you don't,
I don't. I'm a little scared.
Fake fan.
I am a fake fan.
Wow, fake.
All right,
it's all good.
The first one. Are you familiar with boba tea?
Yeah.
What's your boba order?
I knew this was where this was going. I like a lot of the milk teas, so like I like mango milk tea, you know, with like the tapioca pearls. But like I mix it up every time, so sometimes I get like Arrow, and sometimes I get sometimes I get like I can't think of it right now, but that one that's like super sweet. Like if I'm in the mood, like I don't know. I don't really like the slushy ones though, but I'll try anything once. So.
Okay.
Some good order. I think no, yours is like, yeah, it's pretty good. I think a lot of like we've had I think, who was it? There's only one person that said they've never had it. I think it was George Geddes. He said he like doesn't like boba at all, but like everyone's also had like very like, oh, you know, I just try it, or like they always said that oh, I just get whatever like my girlfriend or boyfriend they get me, so like I just get that. So thankfully you have like an actual order.
All right, the second one. So you want to do this because you're the expert?
The expert. Okay. Are you familiar with a appliance called a bidet?
Yes.
Okay. Opinions on it. Me and Danny have been going at it for years. I need your opinions on it.
I don't think I've ever like used one. Like I've witnessed them in like hotel rooms and stuff. I don't think I've ever like personally used one. I think the idea is cool. I don't know. It's a little scary though. Like...
Okay. Because Danny says it's a very privileged thing to have.
I think it's weird as fuck.
He thinks it's weird as
fuck. Okay. I feel like if you got a bidet, like you got money, you know.
Oh my god, no.
Ludwig is always talking about his bidet. That man's rich as fuck.
Okay.
Look at this guy.
I need to. Okay, this is what I'm gonna say this. All right, bidet. There's a different kind of bidet. There's the ones where like it's a big like actual thing on a stall, but there's snap-on ones. People don't know about the snap-on ones. That's like $30 on Amazon.
Where's the water coming out of?
It's a hose. Like there's a hose already next to your toilet, or like there should be like a hose of some sorts, and you just connect to it. And people don't understand it.
Bidet on my bidet knowledge.
No, because Danny always is like, "Oh, you definitely got money. You definitely got money." I'm like, brother, I don't have money. It's a snap-on thing from Amazon. It's like $30.
This guy pays extra money to get water shot into his ass. That's what I'm hearing.
I tell everyone, you save money on toilet paper. And it's quicker. Easy, guys.
So like you don't You don't use toilet paper when you use a bidet?
I use just one swipe, just one wipe, and that's it. I'm out of here.
He also uses the bidet water to brush his teeth.
Yeah, and if I ever get thirsty, just go. Yeah. But I'm kidding. We don't do that. No, that's not. It's tap water. Don't do it. Anyways, but that's what so me and Danny have been going at it for years, and we're like, you know what? Fuck it. Let's just ask the guests what they think about it.
Oh, okay. Well, I feel like I'm not an expert enough on this subject to give you a proper answer.
Not many people.
Because I don't got money like that.
Let's keep it that way.
Oh my god. Now everyone's gonna be like, oh, this Galaxy guy got mad bread. I don't. Guys, I'm not. I don't have money. Please donate to my Patreon.
Donate to your Patreon.
But yeah, I think that's all the questions we have. Is there anything you'd like to announce right before this episode would come out? It's the 16th. It would be coming out
Saturday.
This Saturday, so it'd come out the 20th. So do you have anything? Do you have anything like you want to announce, or like you want to like promote or anything?
I hate this because I don't want to be like, yo, follow me on TikTok, guys.
That's what this is for.
This is what this is for. Every guest has done this. Don't worry.
Okay, well, I guess like follow me on TikTok.
She just hit 10K. Let's get it to 100K by tomorrow.
That.
She's
by
halfway
tomorrow.
to 100K.
That means halfway.
Math isn't mathing.
My God.
Oh wait, what's your TikTok and Twitter?
It's at Clocracy. CLOCRACY. I've never had to spell that before. I hated that.
We'll put it in the description also, so everything will be in the description. But thank you, Chloe. Appreciate you coming on, and thank you guys for watching and listening wherever you guys are. And thank you. Appreciate you guys. Goodbye.
Rada.
Welcome back to the.
We already started.
Oh wait, that's the start. Rada was the start.
No. We just had our interview with Chloe.
Yeah, but now we gotta reintroduce ourselves. It's a different day, you know.
Nuh-uh. Okay.
Rada.
That whole thing from Rada is being left in.
Yeah, we're leaving Rada. So that was Chloe, one of the content creators in QOR also, but she also competes in GC. So make sure to support her and everything she does.
Links
and below. Yes, everything will be in the description. We already said that in the interview, but everything will be in the description. And we have a few news today. It's actually kind of good.
A few news.
A few pretty good topics to talk about this week. First, big news. Cloud9 is officially back in Rocket League. It's been like 4 or 5 years.
It's been longer than
2018 or 19.
I was at the Rocket League RLCS Worlds in 2018, and the next year
they left.
They didn't have a team the next year.
So it's been
2018 was the last.
About 5 years. 4 or 5 years, give or take. So they're officially back. They just literally announced it like an hour ago. They're officially back in the scene. It's good to have Cloud9 because they were like really good, right? I wasn't following the Rocket League
scene. They had
scene.
Squishy.
Yeah.
Gimmick, and who was the last person on their team? I can't think of them.
Yeah, but
I'm a fake fan, I guess.
Fake Cloud9 fan. But they're officially back. It's nice to see that. I know the Rocket League scene is a little shaky ever since Epic kind of got involved. Unfortunately.
I hate Fortnite.
Yeah, so... there was another thing. I think Epic, they changed the rarity names of them also, by the way.
Of what?
Of all the skins. They changed the name of the rarities. Hold up. I'm going to pull this up right now, and I'm going to surprise. So I need your opinion on what you think of the names. Ready?
Because before they were just like common, rare, epic, legendary... And like black market was the top.
Yeah, but
or something like that.
They kind of made it worse. So ready? Common is now known as base.
That's based as fuck.
Base. Uncommon is known as sport. Rare is known as special. Very rare is known as deluxe. And limited is known as luxury.
Then what's black market? They changed black market to limited, maybe.
Yeah, so now limited is now luxury. So
that's pretty special.
I'm rare to you. Am I rare right now?
Yeah.
But yeah, and then everyone hates it. Everyone in the Rocket League hates the change.
I mean, who cares?
I know, but imagine it's like, oh, I got a
sports skin.
I got a sports skin. Oh, I got a base skin.
Well, I mean, usually sport in like the car industry is like bare bones kind of stuff.
Yeah.
Like the Honda Civic Sport is like
bare minimum
kind of thing.
I think that's the uncommon. But yeah, everyone's been hating it, and I don't know. This is like it's not. I wouldn't care if they didn't remove trading. Like this would matter more if they didn't fuck up the whole trading system in Rocket League. I would be like,
I don't know why they would do that.
Yeah, I feel like
how do we ruin a game? Let's take away the entire economy.
Yeah, it's like
again.
Yeah, you just took over like the whole trading market. Like the Rocket League was, if they kept the trading market, the game would be even. I mean, it's already very well off right now and very alive, but like you kind of killed some of the like a big part of the community. I don't know why.
Yeah.
Like Rocket, I see a lot of good news and I see a lot of bad news with Rocket League. So it's just that I don't know. When was the last time you played Rocket League? I haven't played it in years.
I actually played it like maybe a month ago.
How'd you feel?
Rusty.
You didn't play any ranked or anything?
No, because John wanted to play for a bit, but he's dog.
Oh. Bro, you gotta get back into it. Now Cloud9's back into it.
Yeah, I think I have their skin from when they released those, like a long time ago.
Oh, now there are new ones coming out because like all the teams get decal skins, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, so that's gonna be nice. But yeah, that's all the Rocket League news for today. And I personally wanted to talk about multiverse, and I have a few issues with it. So they came out with like
I have a few issues with you.
They have a few. Fuck off. They have a list. They came out with like a bunch of tweets showing like the intricacies of the thing. Like, oh, look at our net code. Like, here's with it when it has low ping, and look at the hit registration when it has a high ping. And it's like, I'm not gonna go into detail about it. You just go to the tweet.
Is it just rollback?
It is rollback. No, it is rollback net code. And then it looks like what the presentation they showed. It looked very clean. Like the hit registration, it didn't look too buggy. They even showed like with really high ping and really low ping. So they showed like differences, and I'm like, okay, it's not bad. But my issue is they showed like a full match gameplay of 2v2s, right? The player model, they made it bigger than beta. But when it was in beta, they made it like a little
of everyone?
Yeah, everyone. They look a little bit bigger, and then everyone's slower. Like uncontrollably, like it looks like annoyingly slow. Like, you know how Smash is kind of fast, you can move back and forth like that? Yeah. It's like, think of that, but like half the speed.
Slow and deliberate, I guess.
And I'm not I didn't like it because someone says like, hey, this is the video at 1.5 speed. And it's the same, it looked like exactly the same speed as like a Smash game.
Really?
Yeah, in 1.5.
So funny.
And that's where everyone in the comments is like, wait a minute, why is this slow and why are the character models so big? Like, that's not really good.
Fat and slow.
Yeah, that's my only concern with multiverse. And I mean, unlike Nintendo, I hope they actually listen. That's my only spite from them because like, if it's like a fighting game and I'm like, I don't want it to have the Valorant effect where the skill ceiling is limited and you can't like be creative and like be really like, there's an actual clear skill ceiling in fighting games. So like, you know, in Tekken, like, skill ceiling is unlimited, but like for multiverse, if there's a cap to how good you can be in the game, that kind of ruins it.
Yeah, I get what you're saying. I think that's a problem with like platform fighters, though, just generally, unless there's like lots of niche mechanics or anything like that. It's like, how good can you get? Not like how good can I'm dog at the game, you know, like doesn't matter. But like, yeah, at the top level, then it turns into everyone's doing the same shit because there's just a meta, like one way you are supposed to play every character. And I guess, yeah, if the game is slow, then it's like, yeah, you could just do that.
Yeah, because that's like my only like annoyance with the game is like, why did you deliberately first slow the pace of the game down and then make the character models bigger? It's like, I understand you're trying to like you want to make it good for everyone, but it's like, you know there's going to be a competitive scene to this, and you guys were like, this game was in Evo when it was in beta.
Mm-hmm.
So why, if you know this is going to be a competitive scene, why make the game like slower and bigger? Like that ruins the whole dynamic of the game.
Well, I mean, there can be slow fighting games. A fighting game doesn't have to be fast.
It's not. That's what I'm saying. It's not like fast. Like, I mean, objectively, Tekken is not like a super fast game. It's like
I'd say Tekken's pretty slow game.
Yeah, it's a very slow game, but it's very technical, of course. Like it's slower a little bit, but it's very, very technical. So like it makes up in that aspect. But that's what I'm saying. It's like platformer games like this. Like there's not much. There's you could be technical, but like now you don't have to be as technical because the hitbox is going to be massive, and also like the moves are already going to be limited. Unlike games like if we're gonna put like Gear or like Tekken or like Mortal Kombat, like that's what I'm saying. It's like I don't want to feel sluggish when I'm playing the game. If the game feels sluggish, doesn't feel like it's refined, doesn't feel like it's a good pace, it's gonna ruin the whole game and people are not gonna come back to it. So that's my only gripe with the game, and I hope they fix it. But everything else looks great. Like their promotion and everything. Like every time they come out with a tweet, it gets like 1,000 likes in like the first minute it's posted. Like you can clearly see there's hype behind the game, and that's good.
Maybe we need to get Beige in here so he can
Beige is fully
give us his insight.
Beige just fully sold me on the game because like I even DM'd about him like, hey, did you see it? And he's like, I get it. I'm kind of not a fan of it, but we can't really see because they're still gonna come out with beta and we're gonna see it through that, and then it's gonna go through the whole process. But he's been the biggest hype man about it because he's been saying is like Multiverse is gonna get, because it's owned by Warner Brothers. So they said like Warner Brothers is gonna promote it more. He believes that it's gonna be promoted more and bigger than Mortal Kombat.
Yeah, because it's not like a rated M game. Can be played at
like high school and
like
college.
High school stuff. Yeah.
Yeah, because like look at CS. CS can be, it's not really being played in college level because like terrorist and counter-terrorist. Yeah. And you can't really like planting the bomb. Like you can't really like it's hard to promote that kind of game. But Multiverse you can. Like look at Smash. Smash is very promotable. You have Mario, you have Sonic, like you have all these iconic characters and you can like promote that. And now you can do it with
Even though Mario is kind of a terrorist in the Mushroom Kingdom, if you really think about it. Just kills a lot of fucking people for
Are we gonna have this topic right now?
Who just stand in his way, man. I don't know.
Confirmed. Mario's a warmonger. But that's my
poor Koopas, dude.
Oh my god. That's
he kills them and steals their money.
Motherfucker. Mario title. Mario is actually a pretty shitty guy if you think about it.
I remember when that like video first came out.
Oh my god.
That shit was hilarious.
The amount of like copy pastas or like theories of actually Mario's actually a really bad guy and he's abusive to Peach and like that whole thing.
Oh my god.
No, there's so many videos of it. Also, one more thing I want to talk about before we get into the core news. Danny is hater of Smite. And I'm a Smite enjoyer, and I'm here to set the record straight that Smite is going to be a good game when it comes out.
How has Smite been dead for so long as a MOBA? Every other MOBA does well.
Dota 1 was shit. It came back to Dota 2, and now it's great.
You know how long Dota 2's been out for?
Exactly. It took a second version for it to revive. That's what Smite's going to happen. Smite 1...
Yeah, but you know how long Dota 2 didn't come out like very long after Dota 1 did. Smite, it's been like Smite came out when we were in like fucking middle school, dude. Like over like 10 years ago.
2012, yeah. But like, come on. I feel like
it's taken them this long to figure out, no one likes our game. Maybe we should fix something.
There is a community behind it.
Let's do the same thing Overwatch 2 is doing.
No, that's a lie. Okay, I'm gonna hear the record.
It's still a MOBA. It's still a MOBA.
No. There is difference behind it. All right, let me explain to you why this is a completely different game. Overwatch. That shit game was the same game. All it was it went to 5v5 and it had balance change. Like some of the heroes were different roles. I get that, right?
What's Smite 2? A MOBA?
No.
It's not a MOBA anymore.
It's on a, first of all, completely new engine. So they're building the game from literally ground up. Second of all, it went from Unreal Engine 3 to Unreal Engine 5. So it is a completely different game with different mechanics. Because they even said it's like we're adding new items and we're doing things that we couldn't do with Unreal Engine 3. So second of all, and a graphical update,
wow, that's crazy. League of Legends been out since 2009, and they've.
Are you happy playing League of Legends?
They put out new items every year.
And look how broken that game is.
And look how many people play that game.
Look how broken that game is. Okay.
Okay.
So, and then the thing is about it, right? Is when the game what they came out was interesting. The skins, they can't port it from the Unreal Engine 3 to Unreal 5. They said it's impossible.
Yeah.
It would take them, and they said, I kid you not, they said it would take us more than 50 years to import all the skins. So they said, as like a gesture, is like, hey, whatever money you spent on Smite, we'll give it to you in Smite 2 with double the money back, which is great. First of all, that shows that they actually give a shit about the community. They could have pulled an Overwatch and been like,
because they need to do something to get people to play the game.
You know what Overwatch did? Instead of like, you had a bunch of cases, they just opened it for you right away. And then you had a bunch of like either currencies or skins, and you were forced to open those crates. So Overwatch fucked you guys over. At least in Smite, they gives a shit about you guys. So I'm calling it right now. Smite's gonna have a pop off of an opening. And I'm gonna come back to this episode and laugh at you.
I give it 2 years till the player base reverts to what it is.
We're clipping this, and we're gonna come back 2 years later, and we're gonna see.
What is the player base on Smite right now?
Okay, it's a little down, but it's okay.
How down is a little down? Do you need me to search it up right now?
I'll search it up. Ready? We're gonna do this, right? Smite player count, and we're gonna do Steam. So if it wants to open up. Okay, Smite player count. Currently 12,000 people.
That's honestly not as bad as I thought it was going to be.
Yeah.
But how long do you think it's going to be until it gets back to 12,000 people? Or never? Do you think it's going to flourish?
No, it's going to flourish. I feel like because it's basically a new game. They're building the game from ground up. So any bugs they had, any mechanics or anything, they're fixing it all in Unreal Engine 5.
Mm-hmm.
They've been coming out with like dev notes where like, hey, there's things that we could not undo because Unreal Engine 3 is so old that we physically cannot do it. Like they said that they could not fix it. A lot of the issues they had in the game, they couldn't do a lot of new stuff. They couldn't because the engine was so old. So now with this,
older than you,
older than me. It's like the whole CS2 thing. Like Source 1, like when they couldn't bring the skins over to Source 2, it's like that was the biggest issue with them. But then when they can get over, like it was easier to build. And like it's a brand new game.
I mean, CS2 has some changes, but overall, like would you really call CS2 a success right now?
Oh, right now
that's the thing.
Esports and skin wise, yes. Everything else, no. Like the skin market and like the esports, yes, it's good. But everything else, like Premiere matchmaking, it's dog shit.
Yeah,
it's one of people like War Owl and like Anomaly.
he made a video saying I'm not playing fucking
Premiere or matchmaking
until it's fixed.
Yeah, like it's gotten so bad where there is a command where you can literally put cheats on it.
Yeah,
that is insane.
Did you see pro players were using it in Face It too?
And they got 2-year ban.
Yeah, there were 2-year bans on pro players.
Which, okay, let's be real. You're an idiot. Why would you do that? First of all,
if you're that good at the game, why are you enabling?
Why are you enabling
cheats,
it? I get
stupid fuck.
I get it. People were like, maybe want to test it out, but like, go to matchmaking and test it out. Why are you doing it and Face It? Like, there's an actual anti-cheat in there. Of course, it's gonna detect that you're cheating. And they got a 2-year ban, and then Face It came out, was like, no, this is unacceptable. How are you like? You're coming in here. You want high level competition. You actually want to play the game, and you're cheating, which I understand. But it's kind of come on, a 2-year ban? That's kind of like, imagine being banned from the game for 2 years. Like that ruins, you're not motivated. How are you motivated to play the game again? Like being, at least compete in the game again. Yeah. So, but that is,
how embarrassing is that for the org too?
Some orgs had to cut them.
Yeah.
Yeah. Like it's,
my player's an idiot. Like, he's trying to cheat online where people could see him.
Like, no, but it's my thing is like, why are you doing it on Face It? Like, there's a root kernel anti-cheat on Face It. You have to restart your whole PC and it tracks your whole PC. Like, why would you do that shit? That's stupid. But that's what's going on in the news this week. So let us know what you think. Do you think Smite 2 will be good? What do you guys think about multiverse? Is Danny gonna be boiled, or will Smite 2 die? Who will come first?
What does that even mean? One day you're gonna wake up with no hair anywhere on your body, and I'm not gonna know anything about it. That's all I'm saying.
Are you threatening to shave off every piece of hair in my body?
I said I'm not gonna know anything about it.
Guys, if you don't hear from me for a few weeks, just know
People will hear from you. People will hear from you. You just won't have any hair.
Yeah. Alrighty. Core news of the week. So, Core, or One Tab, of course, will be in Level Up Expo on April 26th to the 28th. In the indie developer section. So if you want to come by and if you're around the area of Level Up Expo, pull up, and then you might there's prizes. You might win some merch, and yeah, it's gonna be a great time, and you'll meet some of the people there. So definitely go there. Also, Too Easy. He will be competing also in Level Up Expo. He'll be competing in MK1, Street Fighter 6, Grand Blue Versus, and Tekken 8. So make sure to support Too Easy. He's been killing it.
I still don't know how he plays so many games.
Yeah, no, it's gonna be crazy because he also, funny enough, he also just came off a win in MK1 in Slam 2024 in Louisiana. So he's been on a roll. He's been, I think he's been
every episode we've talked about him.
Yeah, every episode
doing good. So
yeah,
he's vibing.
Every time we've talked about him, he's always placed top 3 every single time. So I think we're good luck charms to him. Yeah. He's always top 3 in at least in one of the categories. So he's been killing it. So make sure to support Too Easy. He's been killing it. I know he said he's going to go crazy in Multiverse. So when even Multiverse comes out, you're going to be seeing him more and more on that. So that's going to be really good. Also, the Valorant boys beat Oxygen Esports. So
I hope you bet on it.
Yeah. Oh my God. The odds were crazy. We were such big underdogs. If you put $100 on Core to win, you were gonna get back $780. That's how much of a gap there was. So we managed to beat Oxygen 2-1.
2-1.
Yeah.
A lot of yapping, but now everyone's quiet.
Oh my God, yeah.
Crazy.
The whole casters, everyone, even Twitter.
One of the fucking casters, it was the girl.
No, it was Wyatt.
No. It was literally I don't know her name.
Gompers,
I'm sorry.
was it? Gompers was also talking. Yeah.
I don't know, but they said, imagine you're Oxygen right now and you're actually losing the Core. And I'm like, who the fuck would say something like that?
Yeah, I'm not gonna lie, that's kind of fucked up.
Like, okay, dude.
Like, I get it, we're underdogs in this whole event, but like, the fuck? Like, we've shown that we're actually good. We're holding our own. I get it. We got smoked by MXS, but every other match we've ever won against, we've either won or it's been a really close map 3. So like they've been like I don't know how this narrative of we're not good because what we don't have to
Core bad what?
Yeah, like what the fuck? Now look at us. We started 0-2.
Who's gonna get relegated? It's not us.
Yeah, we're not in relegation. We're actually we're actually might be second place. We might secure 8 points for challengers. So who the fuck like these teams need to stop like criticizing us and thinking that we're not good. Like fuck you guys. So
yeah,
that's for the Core boys. Also, it's gonna be really funny because so right now YFP is 1-4 or 1-3, right? And Thinking Men is 0-4, right?
Mm-hmm.
So technically, YFP have a small chance of being in the relegation tournament. So this is how it works. Follow me, okay? If YFP just win anyways against MXS.
Okay.
Which is going to be very hard. But if they win, they don't go in relegation. They're going to be fine, right? They're going to be 2. They're going to be 1-4. They're going to be 2-4. No, 2-3. They're going to be 2-3. Okay, so they don't mind. Or if they lose,
then they'll be 1-4.
If they lose against MXS 1-2 and Thinking Men lose 2-1, they'll be fine. They won't be in relegation. But if they lose 0-2 against MXS and Thinking Men win against TWT 2-0, or just win, or if TWT just wins, if they win convincingly, Thinking Men avoid relegation and YFP will be in relegation. So
I think it's likely that Moist steamrolls them too.
Yeah, Moist they're 0-4. They're undefeated. They've been dominating everyone in this whole group.
I don't have any hope for YFP.
So yeah, I let's be real. I think YFP is gonna MXS is probably gonna win it. It's actually happening right now. So MXS is probably whooping them right now. And then, but Thinking Men, that's where it's gonna get. So next week, when we talk about it, we're gonna be talking about it because I think for us, at least Core, we're gonna be on a little break for the Valorant because it's gonna be the promotion relegation stuff.
Yeah.
So we have to go through all that.
The next thing is mid-season cup, right?
The next time we're gonna be with us is mid-season cup. So make sure to follow us and everything. All the news will be on there. So if you want any of the Valorant boys, we'll be updating you guys either on here or on Twitter. Or X. You can follow us on there.
Can I go? Can I go?
Yeah, you can go.
$20 t-shirts.
We got $20
shirts.
$20 QOR t-shirts now. So if you wanted any good budget t-shirts to support QOR, we have it now. Only $20. So definitely go to QOR.com and go
QOR
to
Gaming.
QORgaming.com and go support the
new designs every 6 weeks.
Yes, and hopefully we're getting some new merch. And make sure to cop the. I don't know if it's too late, but you can cop in the jersey, which is like NBA basketball themed, so it's really really good. So make sure to go there if you want to support any of the QOR merch. So yeah, I think that's everything for now. Thank you guys for listening. Appreciate it. Thank you guys. I hope you guys liked the interview and everything. And we'll see you guys next time.
Goodbye. Bye bye.